Okay, hopefully. Anything coming through? Fucking hell, nothing. Oh well, I don't know what something, it's just senescence. But I really was enjoying myself. So... anything coming through? Oh yeah, hello! Hello, baby! So I reviewed the match back from 0-0 just to see the lay of the land, and Kazuki doubled like a 0.1 no double at the first game, and Andreas Groetsch actually passed. But anyway, back to might easily go 7-3 up to 15. Match equity is going to be 69.443332%. 5-1. You can play 2-1 even. I don't know why you would. I don't know why you would. I have my capture settings set to 4096. So I think it was capturing like an enormous screen, whereas the screen size is only like 1920, something like that, which is why the picture appeared so tiny. But I think the sound is fine. Only way to watch this boring backgammon is to actually sit and commentate on it yourself and have Jim Morris spectating. I'm telling you that he can't hear anything. It's the only way to do it. So I think the mic could be a little bit loud, but we like it loud. 6-5, don't know, probably 3-1. Yep. So reasonably close. Oh, okay, fine. Roll a double 6 in my face. It's still... no, it's not. I was about to say that Kazuki still had a big advantage, but clearly he doesn't. If he doesn't roll very well here, so he rolls 6-5, and so Andreas is stopped 33-42, he's 48, and Kazuki is 47, so he's a pip down. But he's got 2 checkers off. Kazuki's only got 1 off. So it can't be a redouble, but it might after this. I think I'm going to do Nick Blazier style. For a bit. Oh, it's fucking boiling here. I feel that Kazuki, I'm going to say this, it's not an aspersion or anything, I feel that he's not a good roller, and I feel that there are other people who are decidedly good rollers. 18, 24, 30, 12, 16, 25, 32. So Andreas is 2 pips up. He's got better distribution. It's obviously a recube. I don't need to think about it anymore. But he's lucky he didn't. I mean, it was a take, I presume. Score isn't lopsided enough to ever make a 4 cube dangerous for Kazuki. 5-1 is terrible. This is a big double, surely. Surely this is a big double. 1, 2, 3. Don't know what he should do, but probably 5-3. I'm not great. Even 3-1 has some sort of merit. If we got 1 watcher, I'm happy. We haven't even got that. We got 2 watchers. We got 1 watcher. One of them was me. That's always like a big punch in the fucking guts. So still, I mean, what? So that, yeah, I take back. I was saying when no one was listening, I was saying how accomplished Andreas is. He probably plays 4.5. He's absolutely fucking terrible. He's not even thinking about how can he put up Kazuki like that. Oh my god. And he beat someone in the first round. Inexplicable. Only commentator to use interdental brushes on stream. Well, so the picture's clear, the vocal's clear, the commentating quality is absolutely to die for. 3-2, yeah, 22 and don't come up. What are all these emails coming through? Four just hits on the 10 immediately without thought. Boom. 4-3 makes the wanker. Yeah, this guy is like, he missed enormous redoubles. Cost himself like 2 points basically. 2-1 makes the anchor. 5-2's 2 down. He doesn't like 2 down. I saw him in the first, like second game. He played 13-6. Here he's gonna, yeah. 5-1. Always 5-1. 6-5. I don't think you can swing it round. Too dangerous. Well, he's going to do this. He knows the race. Then, if he's leading the race, then perhaps, yeah, 4 and 5 is preferable to making the bar because you've got an anchor and you don't want Kazuki to escape. So, I believe this is the right play. 85% confidence. 5-2. I don't know. Triple shot if you come out, I'll probably do this. Well, the 1 is 1. Don't play it all together. Don't play like 11-4 all in one go. Okay, play 11-4 all in one go. Don't. I think 7 and 4 is better. Slotting the burr. Definitely better. So that was a bit of a miss. 3-2 is a nasty 8-6 jobby. You hate to put a checker on the 2 point here, but you gotta hit. You gotta hit. Jim says it's perfect. The stream is all for you, Jim. We've got one watcher, and it's Jim. The best watcher that you could hope for. My first ever student. Massive improvement. So the 6 is forced. You'd probably do it anyway, and even if you could, well, no, you would come out with the 6 if you could come out with the 6. That's a great shot. Great shot. 4-1, great shot. Do you play 5-4 with the 1? Definite merit to keeping the checker on the 9 point. More builders, but definite merit to picking it up. I don't know what I would do without being able to like crunch it a little bit. So it's like 50-50 nip and tuck, 3-6 again, but the guy can't roll a 4. He's going to roll like 6-5 or something. 6-3, like called it. So he can, and probably, maybe or not, should he come out to the bar? He won't. So Kazuki's definitely favourite, but Kazuki must do a running count. 130 for Kazuki. That is the quickest pip count. 196, 101, 130. It's even. It's even Steven. Don't tell me the fastest pip count is Steve Sachs. 130, 130. I did that in like 0.3 of a second. Likes to keep the checker back on the 16 to cover any checkers that are trying to escape, for sure. I'm not sure what you would do if you don't safety the guy up, because it's awkward. Not sure what Jim would do. Yeah. So you're still 6 pips up. This just looks... I mean, you only... Oh no, 6-6 would not hit. But that still doesn't speak as to the sort of damage you wreak on your position by not playing 16 to 10. Let's put this... What he did puts all the checkers in the right places. Obviously he's going to make the 9 or the 7 if he can, irrespective of whether Andreas makes the 3-point, because the race is too close not to have an extra blocking point. Obviously 2-1 just plays 1 to the 7, 1 to the 6, so it's funny. Oh, okay. Does shake them a bit more than 5-2, probably just makes the 2-point. Now you don't want to leave shots for no reason. So in these positions you don't leave indirects generally, unless unless you're winning enough in the race, I guess, such to make it efficient for you to bring the checker in and risk being hit. If the race isn't in your favour in the first place, there's probably no reason to do it. If the race is really against you, then the risk probably goes down because you weren't going to win the race anyway. But (5-2) could stay on the 16, but no reason since he's got 2 blocks in board. And now it looks suspiciously close to a double, just because of... Okay, fair enough. I mean, he's playing a guy who's... can't remember whether... Yeah, he passed something that... Well, he wasn't going to pass that. So Kazuki doesn't want to double early. He just wants to extend the game as much as possible. Have like 18 games of 1 point each or whatever. Again, this is suspiciously close to a double with that. Maybe you have to double this because if the guy comes out, it's too late probably. Even though he might take... Let's say Kazuki rolls a 6-1, plays 13-6, the guy rolls like 6-5, comes around. Don't know if you can take that, theoretically, so maybe he has to double now. There's no real market loser on Kazuki's side, like double 4, double 6. None of those are market losers in themselves. Okay, so it's just about what Andreas rolls. So 13. Okay, he always confused it yet. 13-2. I wouldn't have touched the juggler on the 8-point first. I would have just moved directly from the 13-point, but maybe a little more accurate. So obviously this wouldn't be a pass. This would probably be maybe even a no double, considering that Andreas covered his liability and board. But any time Andreas leaves, and he probably actually doesn't have to go. So does it the fact that Kazuki's cubed too slow to think? I don't know if that was right. It just gives up so much for not much gain. I guess if he gets missed, he kind of keeps some sort of race and board. Very interesting stuff. Always curious as to how close, whether or not the logic is good, not just the actual result, whether the results would be borne out by XG analysis, but whether the logic. The 5-4, interesting. I mean, you don't usually go down from a 5-point board to a 4-point board unless you really have to. If we could get Eric Peterson watching again, that would be a win. We'd have 2 watchers. So is Kazuki going to hit with like a... Well, some will be pick and pass, but is there anything that 3-2? Will he hit with a 3-2? So the reason for doing this stream is just we see Andreas Groetsch, we say, oh, we don't know who he is, knowing almost all the people that come to boring backgammon tournaments, and we ask ourselves, what kind of level does someone that stumps up 7.5 grand in cash at the most high profile tournament in the world, what sort of level does he play at? And the answer is He's got a good disposition. What's the word? Good. He's got a good sort of playing there. We got one watcher still. We got no watchers. Well, considering the real stream's only got 44, we can't hope for too much. But we could hope for Eric to come back. Because for some reason Eric likes these streams. I don't know why. I don't think Kazuki is the type of player to roll double one here. He doesn't really know. He doesn't know how to lock into the winning. He's not. He's a more of a, like me. He just wants to make the right play. But there are some players you get the import. They don't care about the rubber. They're just like, oh, I've got to win. So those are the kind of comments that you will be receiving in this stream. My stream's not even here. It's gone. Like me, Oh right, okay. So my voice is really annoying. It doesn't seem like it's annoying when I speak. It seems like it's like a nice. Yes? Have we lost the sound? Okay. That's better. I was just saying how annoying my voice is. So 5-2, I thought he should... What, did he come in here? I thought he should have done. Just hitting on the 16. Got to hit because you can't just let him roll. But you could. Maybe there's like some sort of weird play where you don't hit but just come out to places that aren't gonna, where you're not gonna get attacked. Oh, I didn't even see that he could just make the 18 as well. I just didn't see that. Maybe I should do the stream in Thai language for Jim, because Jim speaks Thai. So what was there a checker on the 14 or? I don't know what the start is. Ah, okay. He's doing his like sort of ninja, slightly annoying, moving the checkers all around the whole fucking board kind of. Genuinely difficult play. It's interesting, Kazuki like looked at Andreas, I think, just kind of say sorry for doing so much shuffling, but 4-3, I suppose you make the anchor. If you hit, you... Okay. Sorry, yeah. I changed my mind because Kazuki did it, but also because I genuinely think I would hit, and it's not big, but I apologise for not seeing it initially. So 3-1, now we'll make the anchor. Andreas has got potential. He can hit, he can make the 5 point, so he should make the 5. you can just play 18 and 11 to 8. That looks good to me. If you play 18, of course, you play 11 to 8. You clean up that block. So the worst thing that can happen to you now is that you get hit from with a 1 or maybe an exact 1-6 or double 3. But you know, here you can see that although I believe he should hit, it's a little bit annoying to have to hit in the way that the only way you can, which is to play one from the midpoint, because you break the mid. It's funny, people always talk about don't break the mid, but no one ever actually sort of says, well, why shouldn't you break the mid? If he's not hitting, maybe that's fine. And the answer is complicated, but it kind of, I guess people do, but it just completely disconnects the checkers, and it gives those checkers on the 13 point, on his mid, on Kazuki's mid, a lot of freedom. For one thing, it might seem silly, Kazuki can place checkers on the previously vacated midpoint, which was the 13, which will be Kazuki's 12 point. Again, it's sort of possible to hit, but now less effective, because you've got like a prime. You don't want to break the prime by breaking the 9 point. I suppose you make the 9, you play, either you make the 4 point, probably better to make the 4 point than just slot it. That's a beautiful roll. It's quite easy to play. No concerns about whether or not you should play the 2 out all the way to the 10 point from that anchor, because the checker from the 18 goes to a nice spot, and Andreas is like sort of, he can stop for a microsecond. I believe it would be allowable. It's probably nothing. 6-3 is just the standard 8-2, 6-3. I'm hoping for, like, I would be delighted with 4 watchers. I don't know why my voice is so annoying. I don't think I can do anything about that. So the 1 slots the 5. You could either play 8-2 or do this. So again, like a nice play that puts the checkers in nice places. And what nice places are, as far as I'm concerned, are places that where the patterns are familiar, and that's where most of the backgammon, the low PRs comes from familiar positions, not from people being super bright and really being able to crunch the difficult positions. It's more from just the patterns that occur over and over again. And the people that can play really low PRs are the ones that can get some of the tricky decisions right over the board. Hopefully not getting too many of tricky decisions in one match, not using too much time on their clock. I believe this is not tricky. I wouldn't hit. I agree with this. I don't think you could hit, but I would think about it. I would think about it. Guess so, all the way. This is a nice match. I mean, do I care that no one watches this? Yeah, I do. 2 watching. That's good. But you never know, some people just might have it on in the background. That means that there's only 1 watcher. So effectively there's 1. So always be careful about clearing the back anchor. Is that necessary? Duping, no duplication. So what else could he do? I don't like. It doesn't seem like he's up and doesn't need to clear because he's not even up in the race. 6-5 hits. It's going to be too good if he doesn't enter, I think, or maybe not. Maybe not. 2-6. I think you have to make the 3. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think you can just leave. Like, it's weird, the way suddenly the number 3-1 came to mind. So if you don't make the 3, there's a big swing on 3-1, amongst others. I guess any 3, what am I talking about? Of course this is the right play. What am I talking about? I mean, he's got 2 blocks there. It's a minimum. It's going to be a very bare minimum. Any roll that fans, because that involves a 3 now that wouldn't have fan, that does fan, will make this bare minimum a pass for Kazuki, and most likely more than that. And I suspect that he wants to cube because generally people... So what... Let me be crystal clear. This is too good, or I believe it's too good, but he will probably cube, or at least he's... The tendency, I believe, looking at his face, is that maybe I need to cube. He knows he's playing a really good player. He just wants to get a point. So... But the longer he looks at it, the more chance he has of just playing on. There you go. And I just think that's a fair read. So 5, yeah... I had one of these actually against Steve Sachs 2022. I didn't hit. It wasn't the exact position. I reasoned that there's no need to hit. I don't think, and again I stand by that, I don't see why you would. You would hit, actually, no, take it back. You would hit if you can, if when Kazuki comes in with a 4, you can still keep him out. So I would have thought about that, but maybe it was clear, and now this will just be either still too good or just a massive pass. So yeah, I still struggle. I don't know whether that 6-5 was obvious. It might have been, it might not have been. I would have needed to take time, but this is close. This is really interesting. 2 watches. 2 watches. But one of them is Jim. It's funny because, well, it's not funny, but it feels like if you're Kazuki, and I'm sure he has periods of time where he plays like under 2 in, you know, like money games, let's say, which is, I believe, the real PR. I think money game PR is slightly higher generally than non-match PR. So let's say for money he plays like under 2 for long periods of time, and yet he can end up losing this match to someone who's really not playing very well. Some things he's getting right, some things not. But if all goes well, Kazuki should just... I don't like that. I see why he did it. Oh, maybe. I'm sorry. I would just make the 8 point. Yep. So that was one roll which didn't justify hitting from the ace point. I didn't get to see all the other rolls. Okay, probably like a big no double from the roof, or a small no double, but not a double. Of course, if you come in, everything's different. You just make the point. I don't think you... Do you hit? 3 point board against 2? I don't think so. So if he comes in with a 4, is it cube? This is like beyond the pale. This is hugely passish. Like, maybe not 1.2, but it's I believe there's a big pass with the empty 4 point and cap up, empty 4 point, extra check on the 2 point, and I don't think this is too good. But yeah, okay, fine. But it's nice to see those semi-prime positions. I find maybe a human finds them quite easy enough to analyse. I think we all have similar abilities. And then there are other positions like positions where both sides have like multiple checkers back, but they've both got primes. Those are very difficult to work out. 6-5, 6-3, covering the outfield, very standard. Two-1, you have to hit, but you know it's like it's not pleasant because you don't want to get hit back just having escaped a checker. I used to struggle with this play all the time, and I remember used to be friendly with George Stephanopoulos. He tried to explain to me I think he's successfully stuck, and ever since then I realised that you do have to hit back on the 7 point, but it's not. It does come at a cost. You would prefer, in other words, you prefer not to roll a 2-1 there. Same, I think you have to hit 4-3. Okay, it doesn't duplicate the 6s. It worked out really nicely for Andreas. Of course, I think you just slot both points here. I think it's important to build a board, because obviously Andreas is trying to come round, being ahead in the race. So I think the 2 are forced from the 18 point, because they're the biggest liability, I think, in the position here, or the way I would look at it, is your 18 point. So if you have the opportunity to clear it, then you would. And then the other 2 I'm not too sure about, whether or not you make the 3 point or the 7 point. It's possible even to make the 5 point, or do this as a nice play. So he's definitely got some really good ideas. Double 5 is magical. No. It's just that I mean, certainly don't like the look of it. It could possibly be okay, but it could be that he probably should be cubing either one, I think. Don't think he will stop even to think. 56, 80, 104, he's 117. 81, 91, 91, 106, 125, 142. So he's 25 pips up, he's 117, and Kazuki's 142. Still, I mean, a pretty standard take, I would think. One wrinkle is you don't want Andreas to just get an easy 1 point to take him to an even number of points away from match score victory. But the main consideration is the open 9 and 7 point. I mean, I don't love it. Maybe it rolls out to but he just takes it fine. It's weird, these wow. What can you do? So the guy's going to roll. Of course, it's just one game. He has to keep this up. Will he keep it up? Will he be able to roll sort of double 5s in those positions to bring it home? But he's played perfectly fine, as far as I can see, for the last few moves. 6-5, I think it's important to play 6-1, which he does. So he does know, some stuff is just checking out if we still got the 2. I suppose when we got the other streams, we still got the 2 watchers. I don't really want to advertise. Just going to write a message to Jim. Shall I redirect? It's not really fair, is it? It ain't fair. So obviously going 8-all is great. If Andreas if he could take a lead, if this game got him to 9-8, theoretically he'd be delighted. It's just such a big thing to be leading. Being even obviously is just being even. It doesn't feel so great. But there's no psychological denial. When you're leading by whatever it is in a backgammon match, it just feels. At the end of the game, I mean, not in the middle of a game where you could be about to lose a gammon, but has to go to the ace point, has to stay for 6-5, 6-4, 5-4. So he's definitely going to play. One of them involves 5 to 4. It's so muggy here in London. Yeah, I think you have to. Kazuki will still stay if you don't play 5 to 4, because if Kazuki can stay, that is. So but I like that he's thinking about it. He's got enough time. It's nice to just make sure that you get the right move and put the game to bed. Funny thing is, even if you shift with 3 of them and then you will play 4 to 3 with the 4th, it's not completely safe. Kazuki could fan and then you could roll a big double. So this is what I would do, but it's just not, it's not perfect. You kind of know it's not perfect. But I don't think there's anything else. I mean, there is. There's 5 to 2. So there definitely is. I mean, I don't know if it's right, but you could pick and pass. There is like some sense in playing 5 to 2 and then taking 1 off. But then that would leave, if Kazuki doesn't leave, that would leave 6-1, 5-1, 4-1. So is that more shots? Plus you don't get the opportunity of the upside of putting him on the bar. But I also do like playing 4 off. Maybe just 4 off is good for the gammon. And maybe Kazuki has to go. If Kazuki has to go, which I'm not sure whether, I think against him maybe you do. No, I trust the it's still lots of shots. So the only real downside to this play is like double 6 and double 5. Double 4 will of course only take a checker off. So I like this play. I think Kazuki seems to... Oh, he doesn't. He's going to go back on it. He's going to go back on it. Chris Rogers won his match. You know, I played like obviously I played in tournaments and playing against people who are pretty decent, like this guy is. In fairness, he's probably plays like 8, I don't know, that's okay. And you get to 8 all at a 15-point match. Well, you wouldn't, because you wouldn't be playing a 15-point match. But anyway, and then you've only got like a 7-pointer to kind of assert your skill advantage, and it just feels like it's not enough, and you've got to like eke out every little bit of advantage you can. Like count if you're going to leave shots. Ooh. You've got 2 choices of shot leaving moves, and you just have to sort of count them both methodically, make sure you're not leaving more than you should, and everything like that. This is all the standard dilemma. You've got 4 back, so you don't really want to get hit, but if you don't hit, so I have a tendency to make plays like this, but this just leaves Kazuki the house. So I'm going to suggest that 8 to 4 is reasonable. If I had to pick something that wasn't like a big mistake, I would probably play 8 to 4, but This I think I agree with. It's not an absolute disaster for Andreas yet. He's still got like possibilities of developing those stacks. Kazuki's just going to make the 20. So if Andreas can roll like a 4-2, he'll be delighted. Like a 4-2. So probably has to go to the ace point in order just to keep that checker on the 13, which can be used to make the bar point with a 6-1. But now you can't make the bar point with a 6-1 unless you want to leave a shot. So it's weird. I guess Kazuki's position has improved, but it's arguable. Maybe Kazuki does have a tendency to double slightly early. I think this is... You got some props. I just played to the 18 with that. Okay. 3. He played 2. No, he didn't. So there's the 6-1, but I think you still make the... Oh, this could be like a ridiculous play or great play. I think it's a very quick play. Well, he's got a hit on the deucey. That would be weird if they... I mean, I didn't see that 6-1. But he's definitely ahead in the race. Just gonna hit him on the deuce. No, this now... Again, like one of the things that strong players usually just get right is they know that they have to hit. It's a kind of a no-brainer, not in the sense that it's such an easy play, but it's just like you don't have to. Maybe they're the same thing. You don't have to use too much brain power to just hit and think about it later. I think this is a big deal. This is so much stronger for Andreas. So it was important he did that, of course. 3-4 hits. So the 6-1 is looking like it's like on what's it called? On life support. It's almost dead, but it's showing its resistance. We're trying to judge whether that 6-1 is good from this particular variation that's borne out on the board. Well, this is again like kind of an overthink. You have to just make the anchor. 6-5 is probably going to make the 18. Oh yeah, hold on. Yeah, maybe you made the anchor. Yeah, maybe you should. I don't know. My instinct was to... Yes, anchor. Could it be close? Could it be one of those that's close? I think I would anchor. This is not clear to me. I think I would anchor because if you don't, then the spare checker on Kazuki's 8 point can be used as a 5 to... I like this. Just if I... Playing sensible, I would do this. This is play sensible backgammon. 2015, 13, 10. But making a great account of himself, even though I kind of completely rubbished Andreas at the beginning, but I don't think anyone could hear it because the screen was crap. The stream was rubbish. He's just putting some steady old backgammon together. 5-4 comes out, and that 6-1 is not looking ridiculous. Really interesting. So as far as I can see in this game, he's deserving to be a... Oh, for me it's all about whether you deserve it or not. That's what it is. So I don't... He's really a come out, but he can't come out here. Can he? Maybe he can. Oh, he's not going to, so I'm going to, from that information, could do other stuff with the 6-4. I mean, the automatic player is making the 10, but you could like you could make the 16. Obviously, it has loads of downsides, but so I don't see why you would do that. The problem, the one thing I'm worried about with Kazuki not coming out with more than one is that he's going to get like forced off eventually. Double 2 would have maybe, depending what, that would have been okay if Kazuki had come up to the 16. So this is very, very close. I think Kazuki's a favourite, but not by much, having 4 checkers back. I don't like that. He's trying not to leave too many shots. I want to keep the checker on the... Well, maybe he's right. I would definitely play 14-13, but that means he's going to play 6-5. Although I don't know, have a particular rationale for playing 14-13. Because Andreas isn't going to come out to the bar, so... So he knows how to come out, and coming out must be right here. It's good that he knows how to come out. Lots of people don't. I don't know this, and I can't be able to think. If he doesn't pick the man up, then it won't necessarily get safe, so maybe that's a consideration. This definitely looks okay to hit. If you get hit back, you've got the anchors. So I would be reticent to do this if the checker on the 15 point had a chance of getting safe, but here you see it can't. It's still vulnerable, so maybe that argues against taking the risk of leaving 2 shots. Leaving shots in board, I mean, and not hitting both. Oh, has to hit from the 20 point. Wow, that's real fight. I mean, Kazuki has to come in. Should do, but you know. I mean, this is like, hold on, because I don't know, but this has got to be, so it's definitely not too good. I mean, there's a lot of gammons. Can you actually take this? I tend to like try and work out my process is, I'm trying to really give myself a reason not to take, rather than just aimlessly pass. But I suppose that's just one approach. But yeah, I would pass. I mean, it's just too dangerous. It could very well be a huge pass. So 10-8. 10-8. I mean, that was harsh. Fan on a 3-point board. Dangerous. Still got 2. Maybe what I'll do, I'll reap the consequences. I'll suggest on here I don't know what the... I'll try and suck up to say it in a lovely way. So I'm trying to get my link. Can I put a link in? I'm so hungry. And I would just, I'm just too, literally, I'm so hungry, I can't, don't want to bother. It can't be such a terrible thing. Let's get this, copy link. And then I'm going to write in the chat here. Why? Oh no, that's not right. That is not right at all. Oh god, man, that's so annoying. Oh no. Fucking hell. Okay. Oh my god. Options. Why is it coming up with YouTube? I don't understand. It's still coming up in YouTube. I don't know why. Fuck. Can I just not watch it? Ah. Without commentary, I am doing commentary on my channel. Forgive me, Tara. Forgive for not seeking advance permission. May I? May I? Can I watch both ends? Just have audio. Ah. Okay, so this is honestly, get rid of that. Can Andreas bring this home? He's playing pretty well at the moment as far as I can see. He made a really unusual 6-1 play in the last game, which I have no idea about. I didn't see it. That just plays to the 6 point, but maybe you can play 3-1 with the 2. Tara, please forgive me for stream sniping, but you know, this shouldn't hurt your numbers. If I mean, no one's going to come over to this stream anyway. Why would they? But if they have done, presumably they'll have the old one open, and YouTube will be none the wiser. This was my play, but actually maybe 3-1 to preserve. Why would you want a checker on the 8 point? Well, I guess you can't use it to make the bar, really. 5-3, yeah. Okay, he played that really quickly. Just makes the ace. So yeah, I was commentating for like about an hour, and I didn't want to say that I was because I think it's a bit rude, really. After Tara and Bill, let's not forget Bill put in so much hard work. But you know, maybe people would like to hear commentary. I certainly would, um, depending on who the commentator is, of course. And this is a great match, so I don't know how he should play this, but oopsie. I mean, he's not going to play 5-1-3-1. So maybe you need to play. Can you leave a direct shot and come down to the 9 with the 4? With the 4, probably not. So what was the start? Two men on the mid. Let's take it back. So 8-2, I would think about, but can you really leave a 4 and a 3-1? Trying to work out. I struggle with these. What happens if you play the sensible play 13-11 5-1? So I think if you do this, even if you get missed, it's tough because you can't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. But this is like the play that I usually end up making. I think this is going to be a big cube. I don't even know if he's going to take, but I assume that he could have taken. Yeah, bad commentary. I mean, I don't know. 13-11 5-1 seemed like I wasn't even thinking about cube action, but that was an obvious pass. It was taking 5 minutes. Okay. I might. This is what you can do with when you're stealing Tara's good work. Is that you can go back like so. So 5-1 to play. So 13-7 is definitely better than 8-2. I don't think I saw that. Don't have any arrows. I'm going to go and pause. I'm back. Yeah, I'm just trying to work out, like, I think whether the safe play seems like a pass. I don't know. I'm going to take a little break. I'll be back. Let's get the stream back to where it was. Taking a break, so will I. Okay, they're back. They haven't been back for a while. Okay, yeah, I missed the first. So I think the score was 10-8 when they went for a break. Anyway, whether it was or wasn't, 10-9. Pretty even game. So he's just played a 5-1. I didn't see what the start was. Magical. So 2, he's happy though. You know, he'll take a 2. We'll just play 13-4, but this is fine, I guess. Race is close. I still think a 2 would have been what I wanted to roll to step up. 39 plus 28, 67, 131 for Kazuki, 49, 83, 91, 180, 124. Not confident in my count, but I make Andreas up by 7. 124, 131. Let me count again. 49, 59. In which case, the stepping up feeling was justified. He definitely wants to step up. I'm going to repeat that comment. A 1 will be okay, but a 2 is... I would be banging that against the side. No. If you're up in the race, which I think you are, you just come to the edge. 28, 54, 70, 91, 125. Is that right? 26, 54, 70. Yeah, 125. Well, it just makes like everything. Can make the 4 point. Could just make the 4 point and give away a 2 good. Something. So making the 4 point isn't gin against certainly double 6, a return double 6. What I mean to say is that what Kazuki is looking at is, firstly, can he just make it a cash after every play next go? And I think, not sure if the answer is yes with either play. So 4-6. Maybe that's best because I don't think 4-6 is going to be takeable. Whereas let's say he plays 14-4 here, double 6 from Andreas will certainly allow Andreas to take whether or not it will actually be a cube next go is. So he probably has to do this and then maybe 14-9 and don't see double. No. So it's 4-5 and 4-6 that. Okay, so this is minimum a pass and probably too good. 44, 65, 89, 105. 6 away, 5 away. Definitely want to play on for 2 points. 51, 85, 103, 108, 124. What was it? 121 for Kazuki? So we've got 115. No, he's way up. I mean, this is like, I think, like, minimum a fairly easy 2 good, but not a big 2 good. This is awkward. You don't want to leave 6 shots or 5 shots. So I would probably do this. I hate to do this. I mean, that is weird. This is. I was just thinking whether or not this is a pass. So this is no longer 2 good, obviously. Whether or not this could ever not be a pass. Not, but not. 1 not. So I wonder whether Andreas was thinking about that when he played the 4-5, that he was going to get cubed. But he came out to a double shot. So if the race wasn't close, maybe you'll come out with a double shot anyway. 28 plus 20 was 49, 79, 89 is 98 for Kazuki. 52, 76, 94, 109, 115. So it didn't matter what he did. It was a pass either way, but I think it just made more sense to stay. How does he play his 3-2s? No, I hate that. Hate. He's already got 3 checkers on the mid. Now he's only got 2. Because he stripped the mid with the 3-2. No justification, but anyway, whatever. Splitting hairs. 3-1, beautiful. Backgammon is beautiful. 2-6, I think just steps out. I don't see an 8-2 here. This is cubable, but probably a little early. Is he going to stop? The 23, okay, he's just going to cube. I think Kazuki cubed a little bit early. I don't remember. It could well be a big cube. I think you have to hit twice, do you not? Or hit once? Not make the 4. I don't love to hit twice on the deuce point, put the checker deep, but you can't just make the 4 point. If the checker, question whether if the checker on the 14 point is actually safe, whether or not it would be okay to make the 4 point. But the reason I wouldn't, you have to bypass making the 4 is that if you don't hit him, he's going to develop. So I think I've now seen 9-7, 6-1 as a play. Why is that better than hitting twice? God, why is that better than 9-7, 7-2? I think because you give yourself more checkers to establish more board points. You diversify more. So if you play 6-1, 7-2 here, you've only got the possibility of making the 2 point if he doesn't hit you with 4s and 6s. If you play 6-1, then you've got 5s and 6s to make the ace, but you've got also checkers to hit him loose on the deuce. I would probably rule out 13-8 or 14-9. Definitely rule out 23-18. That's interesting. It's just a lot of shots. Comes in with a 2-6. That's just back, so much swing just on that. Takes all the skill out of the game. That's why people develop these funny rules. 3-2 definitely makes a 4. No, or maybe you can play 23. I would just make the 4. You can do everything else later. 3-2 is just puts him right back in it. So I don't know whether Kazuki should have actually cubed that. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. Got one watcher. My advertising paid massive dividends. So 3-2 is all to play. I think this just gives too much and gives Kazuki's full roll. I mean, at the bare minimum, I would start with 24, 22, 6-3. I think this is likely to be really bad. But if you can roll a 1, I suppose 2-6 is okay. Slotting the 4. Try to get a double anchor. Could play 8-2. Don't really know this one. And Kazuki can hit on the 2 point. I'm reeling from the shock of not having anyone watching. Feels like playing bar 22 6-2 is, there's no drawbacks. Okay, he's not gonna, just don't see why this would be. And now what does he step up? I didn't see he can just make the 2 point, which is advantageous. I mean, although Andreas has got no timing, he's probably still, if he can make the 23 point, he probably will. I think he probably infinitely prefer to roll a 6-5. Again, I like to come out to the bar here. I just don't see why you would stay back, but Kazuki doesn't like to... Okay, yeah, I didn't see this. This is... But in the absence of this... Now these are weird, whether or not you willingly cover or reluctantly cover, or whether you cover at all. I think you can probably cover and still maintain some sort of block. It's funny, this is definitely okay. Maybe he seems sure about this. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I don't think you're gonna touch the... I wouldn't touch those, but obviously he is, seeing as I said that I wouldn't. I don't think you can, I don't see, unless you play 10 to 6. I remember I was playing Kazuki in Marbella and I think I broke the bar and he told me, oh, you got to make the bar. But yeah, I just wouldn't have broken those points. I mean, the 10 point isn't doing anything, but still. You could hit loose on the deuce. It's just an option. This is okay, but of course there are some numbers like 5-4, double 4. 5-2 I think just plays 10 to 8, 10 to 5. Oh. Okay, this is just better. What am I talking about? Okay, so now it's just the plays, if they weren't obvious before for Kazuki, are pretty clear, just clearing from the rear. And if you can't clear from the rear without leaving a shot, you clear from the point, which allows you not to leave a shot. Although that could be an exception. I think I would still... Okay, yeah, of course you clear the 9 because it's in contact with the 22. So, just 8 to 2. Yeah, like every play seems like an overthink. I don't see, you don't need to move that, I would just play 6 to 3, but it's obviously not a big deal because the likelihood is that the shot is not going to be hit if it's given. Yeah, I suppose you don't want to leave a 7. But the guy should have, yeah, well now he does it. Yeah, it's just, if you get missed you can still leave shots, that's the problem. So what's most accurate? Like either make the 7 or play 13-7, 12 to 11. I like this. So 6-1 leaves a double shot for Kazuki. 5-1 he'll take. I suppose anything with a 5, even 6-5, 6-1 is just okay, we'll take that. 6-1-6-2-5-1-6-5. How many is that? 10 shots. It's fine. It just plays 5-2. Yeah, he is that kind of. Always seems gives you Kazuki always gives you the impression that he's kind of labouring a little bit more than. Obviously, he's a fantastic player, but he's like a tiny bit of an over. He just overexerts himself, but that's fine. That's part of his great ability. Is he can really think long and hard about plays. But it's draining. The problem is that it drains your energy. So definitely like something like 20% Gs, maybe less, maybe more. Maybe there's something to be said for conserving your energy a little bit. You can't take 2 off. I don't see that to be an option. My instinct would be to take the checker off, but it's definitely worth thinking about. So 3-6-8. So he's got. And then the reason I don't like taking a checker off is because then if you do take a checker off, then all your really good rolls like 5-5, 6-6, 4 leave a shot. Plus there are probably more shots anyway. So it looks like Andreas is no, he's not. I thought he was going to run, which would have been a mistake. Kazuki's shaking for a long time. He's like Victor, the new Victor Mark II. Be right back. Okay. Maybe the reason people aren't watching is not that. Well, that as well, but because the streams are not going to be in sync. That was stupid of me. But really important for Kazuki to stating the obvious, but so humongously important, like to win that game. How else can you state it? 5-1 is 13-8, 9-8, or 20? Yeah, okay. Just to the 8 point, I think. It's a good home for the checker. Don't want to split, I don't think. Although it's. I would do this. Yep. Could run, of course, with the 5-4. I don't think you can leave the checker on the 9 point dangling, so. Yeah. Well, I do like running. I would make the 4 point though. I'm going to stick my neck out. Hate to make the 4 point with this kind of bald, with this configuration of 3-5-2, but difficult to improve the structure. I would come down, I think, but that's probably okay. This is reasonable to cube. such as classic bollocks, and people always cube these without thinking. I like to have a little think. I'm not going to do it now, but he's not. Yeah, okay, all right. Fours were good on the other. 6-4 makes it, obviously. Fours were good on that side of the board. Fives were good on that side. Bob's your uncle. And still kind of cubable here. So definitely could be a market loser, like 5-4 is bad. Anything else? 5-1, 6-2. Yeah, I think he missed. Certainly missed something there. 6-3 is pretty good, but like still a massive, massive cube. I don't know if I don't like it. I certainly don't like it. I mean, looks very. Just looks like I would pass. That's what it looks like. It looks. We got one watching. It's funny now. The hallowed days of 2 seems. There were once 2, but now there's 1, and I was going for like 4 or 5. Six, 3, yeah. So Kazuki will be happy. He's 12-11 up and he's just played 2-1, 6-4 hit star 24-20. But he won't be happy with that. But he was happy before that roll. He was like solid, and now at a bare minimum it looks like it's passing. I don't see double 5. Obviously is like a no double aces. I don't even see how you can take this. It's just disgusting at this score. So. Yeah, there was no. I mean, I was looking at Andreas to see if there was no universe in which he wasn't doubling. He was kind of like taking his time. I don't think Kazuki's really thinking about taking this. To me, the 7 point is going, okay, this is that kind of. It's all the funny mannerisms of the backgammon player, especially the strong. Just like processing it and shit like that. Oh, lightning. And we're back as Kazuki to be like, eek. We just want to kind of get a. Maybe we get a double 6 in on the second roll. No. Every roll counts. Hoping for a 5-1 here. So 6-5, we're not too bad. So from Kazuki's perspective here, like trying to sort of play with Kazuki. What's the right way of. So now he's back to happy. He's made the anchor, and then it's a shot in the cut when the guy runs to the 20. When it runs to the 13 point. Now you've got this impotent 21 point anchor. So 13, 7, 6 to 4 is usually better because you get to build the board more quickly. Double 4 monstrous could be just 13, 9, 4. Probably is. Took me a while to work out this old chestnut. So if you just play to the 5 point, this is actually okay, because you can just play behind. Maybe this is better. I don't know. The only thing I know is to consider, which he is doing, to consider something else. I don't actually know what the right play is. He's 129, Andreas is 129, and Kazuki is 143. Probably a double. But I think I would have liked to have brought it home having the 9 point instead of the 5. Yeah, double six, amazing. Sorry, I just lost that, just zoning out. So what's the pip count now? Kazuki is 117 and Andreas is 119. But still, that double six, even though we're only 2 pips up. What a joy. You just don't see it coming. You're like, what? I've rolled double six. How's that possible? So running count, Kazuki's now 7 pips up. Hard to maintain, 13 pips down. But shouldn't get doubled on average. That's great. Can't expect more. So the difference is 3. Kazuki's structure is way better. So it's like pretty even. So 11. But Kazuki's 6. People have all these funny things, ways that they bear in checkers. Hardly makes a difference. 12. That's not perfect. That's 5. Yeah, so Andreas is a favourite, I suppose, because he's 5 pips up, but unless I've lost the count at 15. So Kazuki needs to roll at least a 5 or something, which he does. 6 to take, I suppose. And this is a cube. 75, 36, 44, 69, 81. This is just a cube. 6 pips is more than enough. 5 pips would probably be enough. Take points like on a dead cube it's 22%. And on a live cube, sorry, on a dead cube can't be 22%. On a dead cube maybe it's like high 29, but on a live cube it's not much lower. All things said and done, the point is that Kazuki doesn't want to let Andreas win 2 points, and the reward of taking and winning the game isn't so high. Obviously this is no way passable. This is just a standard position, 1 fewer crossover. Kazuki's checkers are better configured, but I guess he's just counting. So 75 Andreas, 81 Kazuki. And the 1 fewer crossover for Kazuki definitely makes a difference. But this is an example of he's definitely not going to pass. He just likes to think. I just wouldn't really. Depends what mood I'm in. I guess I just wouldn't labour. I just wouldn't labour this, and I just not use my energy. I don't think it's a matter of like using your time wisely or the fact that he's going to time out. I just think it's about, just not wearing yourself out in life. I don't think this is a genuine, I don't know whether this is take or pass. But maybe I'm just crediting him. I mean, I'm not even going to bother checking this. I'll give anyone like 10-1. I'll give whoever the one watcher is, which probably isn't Jim anymore, obviously. I don't know why that it's necessary to... I wouldn't say this if it wasn't Kazuki, who's obviously an incredible player. He would know it's just a take instantly, and there's only so much extra value you get from taking each position as it comes and thinking over it for like 45 seconds when you could just take the cube and hit the clock and not have really gone through it and not have tooth combed it. That is disgusting. And the guy, Andreas, is going to be, in theory, 75% favourite, but he is... It's bizarre. I think Kazuki... Okay, 2-2, not even that good. Kazuki played Galen Hall last year. I think he lost, I'm not sure. Definitely over... It doesn't affect the result. It's just a... Oh, it's just an observation. So... Yeah, wow, it just sort of goes away from you, and it's just luck, obviously, but it doesn't always... It doesn't feel like that when you're playing over the board. You don't know. You don't have an overarching, you don't have like a zoom out sense of what's going on. You're like just too focused, too into it. But you know, Andreas, he's obviously, isn't he? This is what's important. He's a good person. You can see. Don't need to see any more than what's on the stream. So yeah. Well mannered. Diligent, respectful. Funnily enough, it's kind of better just to slot even if you're leading. And I mean, I know it's Crawford anyway, but it can be tidier somehow. If you don't get hit with the 4, it can just be nicer more secure to have to make the 5 point easier to play. Of course, if it's post Crawford, you probably don't slot, but I'm not even sure. I get confused. So now it's just nicer. So he should come up. It's very nice to come up. I wouldn't do that, because now just 6-2-3-5 become annoying, really annoying for you. Okay, so he's glad he didn't come up. But still, I mean, yeah, okay, well, you hit. But still, even though he's rolled a great number, he's still got those 2 blots on the 11 and 9, which are a bit annoying, in a way. Just love to make the 4. So you could make the bar. You could make the bar. And this is looking very, very... The 6-5... It looks like he's going to roll it again. If he just tries hard enough, he will. Okay, there you go. I guess this is just an easy play. Just pick him up. He knows that. even though it leaves a 6 shot and a 7 shot. And one roll, huge swing. Just, I mean, the double 4 is kind of neither here nor there. Or maybe it's very much here. Because he has to play another 2. Yeah. I mean, if this is right... I don't know. I mean, come on. I know it's hard to like a player if you don't see it, but the reason I didn't see it is probably because it's... I mean... The best that can come out of making that switch is that you hit the checker on the 17, and then you're still committing to kind of a blitz that you don't want to play. Especially when your opponent's got the 18 point. It's funny, I mean, that I would just play 13-11 because you really need to have an attacker there if Kazuki comes in with a 6. (5-1) would have hit, but it wouldn't have pointed on him. But still, I mean, it would be a lot better than this, which is going to be Kazuki make. Okay, no fans. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is there any universe in which the guy doesn't hit? He looks like he just wants to play 15-8. I don't think so. He's going to play 13-6 because it only leaves... Okay, if he does that, he's going to play 13-9. He didn't play the 11 last go. Not saying that 11 is bad. It might even be better. But... I mean, I do prefer that. Like, you don't want to just be stuck on the bar and have too many checkers hit. I know you get more numbers to cover the 6 point, but if you get hit with a 6, it's a big downside now to have that checker on the 11. I don't think it's an upside, although it's an unduplicated 5. On 3-1, probably prefer to have made Andreas' play, so he can certainly point on him. He's going to do it. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to look at it for, again, just kind of committing to not caring about the 6 point. It could well be this much more chance of being right than the other one. It's a huge fan, but difficult to make the 6 point here. Sometimes panic and play 11-1, and it could well be right. I don't know what I would play here. I'd be so excited about getting through to the semis. So if you play 15-9, 13-9, how many shots does that leave? So at least 4s and 1s. Have to think about it. Duplicate 6s and 1s. Okay, so maybe it's okay. Kind of feel for Andreas, you get so close. My instinct here was just play bar 19, coming on the 6 point, but maybe it's too big. So now he's like voluntarily priming himself, but stopping himself from being wiped out. So my instinct was just simply this, but it gives... I just... Yeah, this is the problem with the overthink. This just seems wrong, but when you overthink, you can sometimes trick yourself into doing this. He's just concerned about being hit off the 6 point, but if he does that, it's just got to be a lot better. He can always, worst case scenario, Andreas comes in with a 4-5, plays bar 21, 11-6 hit. Kazuki can always hit back. Or if worst comes to the worst, he can just roll a 1. And if this like using up your energy causes you to be in, I wouldn't make that play. But again, I just don't back myself ahead of. Because you go definitely play bar 21. I definitely wouldn't do that. A lot of interesting stuff here. A lot of game-changing plays. So I would come off the 18 for sure. Don't mind cocking a 5-4. 4-2 is pretty shitty. Again, it's worth thinking about that just to make sure you conserve most of your numbers. Love to make the 4 point. So maybe 9 point is a bit hasty. Yeah, this is better for coverage. So no hits. Play that quickly. Of course I would do that. Don't see how it couldn't be the right play. And I suppose he's going to have to keep the 10 point. But there's no reason why he wouldn't actually. And Kazuki's slowly sneaking his way into a tenable position. He just needs a 4-2. It's 6-2, I mean. There we go. Double 4 is not great. I wouldn't slot, I don't think. Okay, maybe, I don't know. If I had like 2 seconds to make the play, I wouldn't, but... Okay, maybe, yeah, probably. At least the 3 closes the board. Huge 3, obviously. Andreas has only got 49 seconds left. Oh my god. No, just leave double 6, play 3-2, but whatever. It's not a big thing. That could be like just an amazing roll. If Kazuki doesn't roll above a 4, it's like I mean, it's an amazing roll. It's an amazing roll. Like 5-1 is the only thing. Okay, he's done it. He's done it. I mean, he hasn't done it, but, you know, the 5-4 and... Okay, so he hasn't done it, actually. I feel the 3 is coming. Isn't it? I think it is. Yeah. Okay. That is heartbreaking for Andreas. So leaving it slotted, just maximum covers. Is that... Double 5? Heartbreak. But once you get hit, very hard to come back in and recoup. Wow. Okay. Yeah, you see, flat. But that. Yeah, I didn't understand Kazuki's 6-1. Five, nine. Impossible to win it. I know that helps. I mean, it's amazing, but 4 checkers off. Is it? Not very much. Maybe 16. Maybe it's less. There's a big drop when you go from 5 to 4, even though he's filled the gap. But he'll have taken whatever roll that was that made the cover the blot on the ace point. And he'd like to leave the checkers. That's not too bad. Just in the present configuration, he'd like to get closed out now. You can see for Andreas it was just how kind of a stupid game, stupid way to lose just by either he rolls it or he doesn't. Not much hope. People never roll 6-6 in this position. Or here. Maybe 5-4 for a compromise. Don't know about this actually. Yeah. Okay, someone with a belly, I'm not sure who that is in the background. Could have been Wilcox. Little belly. Nothing wrong with the belly. Okay, now we'll just take them off. So 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6, he has to come out anyway. And double 3. So it's a bit of a no-brainer. I think when this happens, neither player feels like they're going to win. So from Andreas' side, it's so disheartening. But from Kazuki's side, I mean, when I'm playing as the guy that's just won the Crawford game at 3-1 down, I feel like it's just so hard to continue getting lucky after getting so lucky rolling the 3. But, hold on, like 3 doubles or something? Eight checkers. Okay, so it was only 2. So hard. No compromise. I mean, even if you did, don't think they would have hedged or whatever, settled. Oh my gosh. I think I would just slot, actually, as Kazuki. I hate doing it, but why not? Even, okay, yeah, I got confused. There's a legitimate pass. Kazuki rolled 5-1 and 6-3 is not enough compensation for Kazuki being on roll. Okay, that's a fair start. Maybe, I mean, this is always either bar 22, 13, 8, but yeah, I would just try and, I feel like I'm going to try and establish an advanced anchor. So I think Kazuki would be pleased with the result. He doesn't get pointed on. He's got loads of returns, even though Andreas has got the bar. And this is the roll. Like, I think we just come round 2, 3 and out. I didn't see he could make the 11, and big advantage. Big advantage. But long way to go. Obviously DMP. Huge double 5. Makes the 9. Don't know what that does. Probably not that. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like anything. I just leave from 24. Just leave. That's way too deep going to the 2. It's like nailing coffin now. Massive roll. 3-2 re-establishes some sort of hidden hope. Yep. But the 2-point, massive liability now. So yeah, 11 to 8. Yeah, what's wrong with that? So Andreas is like down to like 1 or 2 good numbers every roll. Like there it was a kind of double 4. Horrible to have the 2-point. Did a brilliant roll. Does his pausey thing again. Double 6 no good. Definitely makes the ace. I don't know, usually you just, it looks like you come to the 18, but what's the point? What? He's kind of, yeah. Lost his composure a little bit maybe. Understandable. I would just play 11-4, but I don't know why. This is fine. Probably keeps the, yeah, use that pacing in the background. Six three's okay. I think you just come out. So the race is not dead. So like, it's just again funny how backgammon you can just be dead and then roll like a reasonably good number and then you're okay. I would just think I'd make the deuce. Or if you're ahead, okay. Why would I make the deuce if you're? I think the race is close-ish. 96, 85. It is close-ish. I don't know about that double 3. Thoughts are coming out. I mean, probably not, but thoughts of. Got like, he likes to come out. Oh, you could even play 22-18. I mean, maybe 22-18, 10-4. Kazuki's going to have to at least think about hitting. He's at least going to have to think. He's only got 30 seconds. Shit. Okay, this looks like, hopefully he's got a running count. This looks right to me. I mean, the race is not sufficiently close. So I must have, maybe it was 10 bips. So maybe Kazuki was 13 up after that 2-1. Something like that. I don't know. Yikes. And he's only got 30 seconds. I mean, 6-1-5-4 is... So 34, 18, 50, 72, 80, 82. He's going to be 76 after the roll. For 32, 42, 85. No, yeah, he's 14 up after the roll. So he's 8 pips up. So as long as he had some sort of running count there, he wasn't going to time out. Definitely worth thinking about. Leaving shots, definitely worth thinking about. Maybe it was right. Like 6 is... anything that's not a double 6, 6-3 or 6-2 is going to leave a shot if it's a 6. Okay, and 6-1, sorry. Yeah, maybe the 3-1. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know about the interior shot. Compromise roll is 6-5. That's just chin. It's over. Wow, what a loss and what a win. Like pulling it out of a... Jeez. It's a big game. Yeah. Oi. And this is it was just like there's no hope whatsoever. Even if he rolls a 1, he's gonna fan. That's it. He played so well. Andreas played well. Really unlucky. Well done to Kazuki. What a match. What a match.